Welcome back to my channel, everybody. My name is Kweku, and today is another song review. I haven't done one of these things in a long time. The last one I did was Jaypark, Sexy Forever, but this one is another Jaypark song that I just stumbled upon again while in the gym. This one is called Legacy. In the song, he pretty much talks about how, just when he does music and anything, talking about his legacy, what he wants to leave behind, what he wants the next generation to pick up from him. So here it is, a quick snippet from Jaypark's latest album, The Road Less Traveled. This is Legacy. Once again, when I found about this song, like I said earlier in the intro, it was pretty much I was in the gym and I was working out, and then I was like, let me listen to Limousine by the same guy, Jaypark. And then all of a sudden I noticed he released some new stuff, and then lo and behold, I found this album. First found a single, and then I found the album, and I was like, let me just see. Usually the way artists work is they put the more interesting and conscious sounding things at the very bottom of their album. Like as soon as they're about to end the album, they put like their true thoughts on there to keep the people who listen through all the songs. So then I found this, and this song gets into a lot of deep waters. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty dope. So like I was talking to my friend just a second ago, and I was like, man, the lyrics, it's insane. It's truly insane. Like it will really sit you down to make you think. If you've ever been to a listening party, the way I was moving my head was literally looking to the ground, just thinking about how the lyrics were hitting me and like what they meant. So I have a giant dry erase board right here. You can see a bunch of things here, and I'm gonna read some of the lyrics of and tell you guys what I thought about it. So first, I'm gonna play the song itself, just so you guys know how it sounds, and then I'm gonna talk to you about the things. So here's part of the song. Growth to me, that's all that matters. Life's a game of shoots and ladders, ups and downs, okay, but I ain't moving backwards. And in that verse, he's saying, growth to me, that's all that matters. Life's a game of shoots and ladders. So basically, he's talking about how he expects his life, not just the music career, but just his life, business stuff, mainly all that stuff. He expects his life to constantly be going in an upward trend. Now we all know, if we're realistic, that that's not gonna happen. You're gonna have ups and downs, like shoots and ladders, like he says, but he wants, and he truly hopes that his life will continue to just be an upward trend of just getting into new businesses, getting into new things, just constantly up and up and up. And he wants to bring whoever's gonna stick with him on for the ride. So the general theme and premise of Legacy is just like, it's pretty much that, like whoever wants to be with him for the whole journey, whether his ups and downs, those are the people who are going to help him build his legacy. Don't fit into propaganda, try to anger me so I can do some crazy shit. Now this next verse, I don't feed into propaganda, trying to anger me so I can do some crazy shit. So like, we all know, for example, I'm gonna go into Kanye West. Kanye West, he recently stopped doing his like normal hip-hop. Now he's going into more Christian based hip-hop. I think they said he went away from secular music to just do more Christian based music. So his latest album, Jesus is King, is pretty much a Christian album. It's all a Christian album. Yeah, he has Ty Dolla $ign and stuff, but and online, Kanye West literally was being said like Kanye West is crazy, is he bipolar, is he all that? And then later on he came out saying he was bipolar. So Jaypark is saying, I don't feed into propaganda trying to anger me so I can do some crazy shit. So he doesn't feed into propaganda in that, yeah, there's probably been a lot of stuff said to him because of his current lifestyle and how he does things, but he tries not to feed into it because it just makes you go crazy, especially if you're a celebrity. I always tell my mom, whatever problems you have in life before you become famous and wealthy, when you hit that fame and wealthy status, it's going to be amplified like fivefold. So it's going to be a lot crazier. Fell blacklisting Kaepernick cuz he took a knee. What type of fuck shit is that? And then this other verse here, NFL blacklisting Kaepernick because he took a knee. So we all know way back, a couple years ago or a year ago, or whatever the time frame that it happened, the NFL, when Kaepernick took the knee during the Pledge of Allegiance, and when you're supposed to put your hand across, your chest and things like that, your heart, and pledge to the flag and things like that during an NFL game, Colin Kaepernick took a knee. Now, when he took a knee, pretty much that whole crazy thing that happened, pretty much it just like made his career go on a rocky slope. It just made everything insane. Now, like, with that whole premise, again, I was speaking to my friend about this song before I recorded this thing, and the whole Kaepernick took a knee thing is an allusion to pretty much when you're famous and wealthy and you're working with corporations and marketing agencies and all that stuff, any little thing you do that goes against what they want you to do can ruin your life. Like, your life can be just, you can think you had all the money in the world and you're set for life no matter what happens, even if you get into a problem, but all of that can go away immediately. You know, we have R. Kelly in jail with nothing. We have Bill Cosby in jail with not much, even though both of them have done a lot in their lives and they're not very young. You know, they're a lot older now. Bill Cosby, especially in his 70s or 80s, like, Bill Cosby is in jail, and yet everything he's done for society and things like that just went away because of these allegations. Whether we know it's true or not, I'm not going to get into, but that's just what happens.
Can't stand up for your beliefs, nah, not in their house. Drastic measures, your family, they'll take food out of their mouths. In this society, it's so easy to lose hope. Just know we got each other, hold your hand through the smoke.
Society, it's so easy to lose hope. Just know we got each other, hold your hand through the smoke. So that verse, it hits really hard to me, because it's like, he's basically talking about corporatism, in that, like, you could be, like I said before, you can be in the biggest place possible and you think all these people are your friends and all these people are there to help you and stuff, but the moment you do one thing or something, they are immediately, they, like, whatever they gave you, whether it's been developed for years or whatever it is, they just take it away. So, like, midway putting food in your mouth, they can just take it out, like, midway in. And it's a terrible thing, but we've seen it before. And about all the artists that I talked about earlier in the song, it's crazy. People in positions of power, really imposters, using propaganda for profit. Then politicians put that paper back in their pocket. Now, this one too, it's another crazy one. I say it a lot, but it's another crazy one, because it says people in positions of power, really imposters, using propaganda for profit. Then politicians put that paper back in their pocket. It's, you know, we hear a lot about, again, it's all, this whole song is about legacy and corporatism in a way, like, at least the second half of the song. Propaganda for profit, all the things where we hear, like, so and so did this, can you believe this happened in the world and this happened, and then in the background you hear, oh yeah, we got all the money, they end up going on vacation and doing things. It's similar to the whole, I just saw an article from a family member of mine about, like, say Sally Mae, all the money and things that you hear about propaganda with Sally Mae and student loan debt and student loan crisis and things like that I'm even a part of. You know, I got an article from a family member, and it was that Sally Mae had taken some of their top execs, I think, to Hawaii on a really nice, expensive vacation with some of the money that they pretty much, in a way, not really took, but took from society. So we were hearing all these problems with student loan debt and crisis, but yet the politicians and corporations put that back in their pocket from all the propaganda that came out, thinking that it would make things better. It actually made things worse.
We just got conscious. Look, I'ma preach because it's never too late.
And then he also says here, the U.S. has been a mess. We just got conscious. Look, I'ma preach because it's never too late. So yeah, that line kind of hits where it hits. It's just that, you know, we know the U.S. has been a mess. Early in the song, he even talks about Donald Trump, but I'm not even going to get into that either, just because, like, you hear it all the time. You hear it on the news. You hear it everywhere. Donald Trump did this. Donald Trump said that, blah, blah, blah. So we hear they're saying something about, like, you know, since he came into office, you know, the U.S. has been a mess. And throughout all the verses in this song, they just got conscious, aka conscious rap, aka music that opens up your mind to really think and decipher what's going on and what's being talked about.
I talk to Pop like he a friend of me. I gotta do this for my legacy.
I like to talk to Pop like he a friend to me. I gotta do this for my legacy. Now, this was done by Gifted Gab, again, another person on the song, and, like, she's pretty much talking about how, you know, we hear a lot of time, when you get older, you got to talk to your parents like they're your friends, because your legacy is going to literally your legacy is going to need to have your mom or dad, that way they also can get close to them. Because if you're not close to your mom and you never show your son or whoever, your next generation, your legacy, that person, because you were never close to them, they'll never know who it is, they'll never get close. And so they do that. They talk to their pops like he's a friend, because a lot of times they say, some of your closest friends, you always keep them for life. So your pops or your mom, whatever it is, if you talk to them like a friend, they'll be with you like for life, and your legacy will also be able to befriend them as well. So this song was, I love this song just because of a lot of the messages that's put into the song. It reminds me of a rapper that I also did a song review for in the past, a rapper by the name of Lupe Fiasco. I did Alan Forever, another song review for him way back when. It did really well, and like he also goes into depth about this kind of stuff, and like it's amazing to hear what other artists definitely really what their message is. Because again, I said in the beginning of the song review, a lot of artists, they'll put their more pop songs in the beginning of the album, and then as the album goes down to the bottom, they'll put the songs that really have a message. Because most likely if you played the whole album and you get to the bottom, you're probably gonna listen to that final song or those final songs, and that's where, this is the third to last song on that album, The Road Less Traveled, and that's where the true messages come from. They come randomly at the very end, where it's like, wow, my true listeners went through the whole thing. YouTubers do the same thing, all videographers do the same thing, where they say, if you sat through this whole thing, they have a surprise for you at the end. And that's the case for this album, and it definitely pays off. There's other songs on the album here, but I'm only gonna cover this one. Thanks for watching everything. This was Jaypark's Legacy, by his latest album, The Road Less Traveled. I see it right there. Hope you guys take a listen of it. I'll put the link of it, maybe for the Spotify or iTunes link of it below, so you guys can definitely take a listen. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you have anything, just contact me. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Take care, everybody.